Hello everybody, welcome back to Living with Asperger's. I know I haven't recorded a video in a while, but that's because I've been busy with learning music production. By the way, I just learned how to do a sub bass earlier, and that's basically a note that's so low on the human hearing scale that you can't hear it, but you can feel it. It's basically like a super deep bass that EDM artists use and stuff like that. But anyway, today I'm talking about liars, specifically pathological liars, and even more specifically, someone that I met earlier today. And basically, what happened was I was just pointing out that, he always seems to post really negative stuff on his Facebook page. And it's always stuff that's anti-government, anti-stuff like that. And I love informing people about different things about the world because that's just who I am. And I pointed this out, and he decided to explode on me. Now, keep note that this happened yesterday, and the whole thing just ended today during my work. Basically, he started telling me that because I work retail, I'm going to fail at life no matter what happens, and that his airport job, which I'm going to get to in a moment here, is going to make him successful no matter what. Now, we're getting down to the lying part. People lie for various different reasons, and I don't like it when people lie, especially when it's painfully obvious that they're lying. And I tend to figure this stuff out fairly quickly. It's just in my nature to see whether people are actually telling the truth or not, because I have trust issues with pretty much everyone. Except for my really good friends and my family. But what happened was he started talking about, once again, his airport job and how awesome his airport job was and how awesome he was. Now, there's a difference between good jobs and bad jobs, and jobs at airports kind of blur the line. While you do get a ton of benefits like free flights and stuff like that, you also get very little pay for the kind of work you're doing compared to other industries that are similar in the amount of workforce and the stuff that you're having to deal with. Now, he said that he was a plane stacker, which is basically a person that directs traffic in an airport. And then he said that he was being paid $12 an hour to do it and that he would eventually get paid $32 an hour for it after, 20 years? Now, I don't know about you guys, but that seems pretty, unrealistic. And the first thing that set me off was the whole $12 an hour thing. I get paid $10.50 to push carts around all day, which is a fifth of the workload for basically 90% of what he earns. No one I know that has a job that high status only gets paid $12 an hour. Even Disney employees that do nothing but sell food all day get paid more than that. Amusement park employees that only sell food get paid more money than that. Retail employees and managers can get paid more than that sometimes. So, I go to his Facebook page, and I look at the actual job that he has because he has it listed on his profile. He's one of the dudes that just takes baggage from the airport to the airplane and back. That's not plane stacking, dude. That's a very different job. In fact, that's such a different job, it isn't even within the job, category that you were talking about. So there's your first lie, there's your first strike, which is going to obliterate your credibility. Your second strike is that you said that I was a dangerous person and that nobody wanted to hang around me in high school. I call BS. I call absolute BS. I sat with a group of people in the table and I would play Magic the Gathering with them all the time until there was an incident that I'll talk about in another video. And, I used to be really good friends with most of these people and I'd have really interesting conversations with them. I mean, yeah, I'd have a meltdown here and there, but usually it wasn't harming anybody. So there's your second strike, calling me some sort of psychological monster that I am clearly not. If I'm as bad as you said I was, I certainly wouldn't be able to hold a job, let alone run a YouTube channel. And then there is the third strike. Oh my god. So this was sort of the nail in the coffin for his argument. He said that not only did he own a house, but that he owned a Corvette C7. Okay, I looked up the listings for a brand new Corvette C7, which is what he claimed to own. It's between $200,000 and $250,000. I did the math for a person who would only get $12 an hour for an entire year. And then I did the high-end estimate of $32 an hour. Even at $32,000 an hour for a year, he'd still have to wait 3 more years to get a Corvette C7 and be able to pay for it properly and get all the gas. Yeah. So, first off, we live in the information age, okay? If you're going to lie to me, you better prepare for a ton of criticism and immediate fact-checking so that you know that, you're not bullshitting anything. And secondly, holy crap, you don't have to, if you have to call someone out in your argument and call them out for some stupid personal thing that happened ages ago, even if it actually did happen. If you have to call someone out from a memory from high school, that's bad. I don't look back at high school and call someone out for all the bullshit that they were doing. That was years ago. That was literally over 3 years ago that I graduated. You think I give a shit anymore about what happened in high school socially? I don't. I don't need to worry about that anymore. Because as far as I'm concerned, as long as you have a bit of experience somewhere in a job, you're fairly good. Now, here's the other thing that he said. He said, I basically told him that, you kind of have a dead-end job, buddy. And I'd be somewhat correct on that assumption. But then he told me that I was going to live in my mother's basement for the rest of my life simply because I had autism. Okay. First off, no. That's not going to happen. I actually do want to move out of my parents' house at some point. I just don't have the financial resources to do so. Ever since they legalized marijuana here, and I'm not complaining about that, I liked that, but property rates have skyrocketed because so many people are moving here because we have legal marijuana. So truly the final thing that this guy did was he compared my retail job to a job at an airport. Now, I think the only real thing that you can get for the kind of job that he's doing at an airport is maybe a bit of experience with commercial driving, which I admit is not a very bad industry to get into as long as you work really, really hard. But that's it. That's all you can do with an airport job, as far as I know. And especially the kind of job that he has, which literally is just him going back and forth between the airport terminal and the airplane, which is not that long of a distance. And even then, he completely lied about his actual job, which plane stacking would give you way more benefits, if you ask me. Oh, and then he started complaining about some bullshit about, flights and stuff like that. I know that's not true. People that work at airports do not get free flights unless you are a flight attendant who is required to be on an airplane as a part of their job. And even then, their free flights are actually their work. But then he said that my retail job is going to make me live in my mother's basement for the rest of my life and blah, blah, blah. Okay, first off, I'm being trained professionally. I am doing everything that I can to make my job not only doable, but very effective at doing what I do. And cart pushing, not only am I pushing carts, I'm getting experience as a cashier. I'm getting experience in the back for stocking stuff. I'm getting experience doing things that you would not expect a cart pusher to get experience in. I can do 5 different things now at my work other than pushing carts. I've even gotten some janitorial experience, which was surprising to me. That's the one thing that surprised me when I started working was wait, I have to do what now? And turns out it's actually not that bad as long as it's really late at night and nobody walks in on you by accident. So yeah, pathological liars are horrible people. Okay? They will do anything in their power to make themselves look better than you, even though they know that they're not. And I don't care what you do, what culture you come from, why you do it. If you lie to me, I will find out, and I will obliterate you on social media or somewhere else, if I feel like it. Yeah, I kind of had a little bit of a meltdowny mood today. But hopefully this video will fix that a little bit. And I guess that's the end of the video. I don't know what else to talk about this dude. So yeah, I guess I'll see all you guys in my next video.